Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach, and today I'm talking about should I tell her I like her and confess my feelings, okay? So if you have a crush, there really is only one thing that you can do, okay? And that is to simply ask your crush out. So when you ask a crush out, someone that you really like, just say to them, this may be a bit random, but I think you're really cute. When are you available to hang out? Right, that's all you need to say to them. Okay, that's literally all you need to say. And the reason why you say, hey, this is a bit random, is because perhaps this is someone you've known for a while. Perhaps it's someone that you've been friends with, or perhaps it's someone that you see on the street, right? So you want to basically put across that you're down to earth and you're letting them know that what you're doing is a little bit out of the blue, because it might be, right? And the reason why you say that in that way, you say, hey, this might sound a bit random, is because that you're showing that you're down to earth and that you know that what you're doing is a bit bold, a bit outlandish, and that should help with the social proof, basically. Okay, because sometimes, let's say you're a guy watching this and you go and approach a woman. Now, a lot of women are usually quite wary, especially if they're talking to a stranger who they don't know. When a man comes up to them and approaches them. That's just the way that women are, right? We're just a little bit wary when a stranger comes up to us because we don't know what they want from us, okay? So if you say that, hey, I'm really, I'm sorry to disturb you, this may seem a bit random, just saying something like that and coming across like that makes you seem a little bit more authentic, like you're not some kind of stalker, okay? And again, the reason why you say that, like, hey, this may be a bit random, to someone that perhaps you've known for a while, or someone that you go to work with, you know quite well, you talk to on a regular basis, is because perhaps they have no idea that you actually have a crush on them and you find them attractive. And perhaps they are looking at the situation with you and their connection with you as a colleague thing, or perhaps it's just a friendship thing. Okay, so that's why you say, hey, this may seem a bit random, or you may even say something like, hey, I know this is a little bit out of the blue, but I actually think you're really cute. When are you available to hang out? And that will let them know all they need to know. That will let them know everything, right? Because that isn't subtle, right? Some people may think it's subtle, like, hey, well, I just asked them out, but do they know it's like more than a friendship thing? If you say, hey, I know this is a bit random, but I actually think you're really cute, but I think you're really cute lets them know that you're attracted to them, right? You don't have to say anything more. You don't need to elaborate. Just, hey, this is a little bit out of the blue, or you may say, hey, this is a little bit random, but I think you're really cute. When are you available to hang out, right? If you say it like that, they will know what you mean, 100%, okay? So you don't need to spell it out for them. You don't need to say, oh, I really, really like you. Just by you saying and asking them out will let them know, right, that you like them, okay? They will instantly assume, oh, the reason why they're asking me out is because they like me, because they're attracted to me. They even said I was cute. They're attracted to me. They want something romantic with me, okay? They will know. You don't ever need to confess your feelings for them, tell people that, oh, I've been in love with you for years or anything like that. You don't need to ever say anything like that. You do not need to elaborate. They will know, okay? And this is great because you can also save a lot of face, because if you're just asking them out and they say no, you can just say, oh, okay, that's fine, take it as a compliment. That's all you need to say. Whereas if you're confessing, and you're saying, oh, I'm in love with you, or I really, really, really like you, if they don't feel the same way, and if they're not willing to go out with you, then they're just going to say, oh, I'm really flattered, but I'm not interested, right? And, but because you've like made this big confession, or you've said, I really, really like you, it makes you see, it's going to be very difficult then for you to kind of revert back to just, being totally cool about it, because you've made this huge confession, right? So it saves you a lot of face if you just ask them out on a date and you just become, and you do it in a way that isn't too emotional, right? That really helps, right? So it kind of makes it seem less serious, okay? So they're not going to feel as bad as rejecting. They're not going to feel that bad about rejecting you if they do say no, okay? And if they say yes, that's great. And you can arrange a date with them, okay? One of the problems that I had, especially when I was a teenager, was if I got a crush on a girl, I would immediately go from 0 to 100. So the first crush that I ever had on a girl, I told her over MSN Messenger that I loved her. I just said, I love you, or something crazy like that, right? I just went for it, right? I was probably about like 14 or 15, but that was my first proper crush, and that's what I said. Like, if I had said it in a different way, then I'm not saying that she would have reciprocated, but it would have made it a lot less weird afterwards, that's for sure, right? It would have made it a lot less intense, right? And I wouldn't have felt so embarrassed, basically, when she rejected me. And then a little later on in my life, when I was about 18, I did the same thing again, and I sent a girl that I really liked a love letter. And it was like 3 pages long or something, right? It was so bad. And I thought I was doing really, really good. I was like, oh yeah, this is a great letter. She's going to definitely be in love with me after reading this, right? But that's not how attraction works, right? Attraction doesn't happen like that. And, again, I got rejected, but it would have been less awkward afterwards if I had just been a little bit more relaxed about it. If I hadn't gone from 0 to 100, if I had just asked her out rather than writing a whole love letter, or to that girl when I was like 14 or 15 saying I love you over MSN Messenger, right? It makes things so less intense if you just ask them out instead of confessing and saying, oh, I really, really like you, or I love you, or writing them a long ass message or a long ass love letter like what I did, right? So don't do what I did, basically. If you like someone, if you have a crush on someone, ask them out, ask them when they're available to hang out. Say exactly what I said at the beginning of this video. If you're asking someone out, say, hey, this may seem a bit random, but I think you're really cute. When are you available to hang out? That's all you need to say. That's all you'll ever need to say when you have a crush on a girl that you like. Or if you're a woman watching this, if there's a guy that you like. That's all you'll ever need to say. You don't need to elaborate. You don't need to say more. If they like you, they will say yes. If they like you, they will tell you when they're available, right? They'll say, oh yeah, I'm available on Friday. I'm available on Saturday. And if they really like you, like really, really like you, they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm free every evening this week. Right? So they'll open their schedule wide open for you if they're also attracted to you and also find you really appealing in that way, and they want to get to know you as well, right? If they don't like you, they will do. There's a few things that they might do. So they might just say flat out no and be like, I'm sorry, I just don't see you in that way. Okay, if that happens, all you say is, okay, that's fine, just take it as a compliment, and then you walk away. You don't hover around them, you don't try to rectify the situation. Just you simply saying, okay, that's no problem, take it as a compliment, should be enough to fix that, right? It should be enough. And then you just treat them like everybody else, right? Everyone else that you work with or go to school with, depending on how you know this person, okay? Right. Another thing that they may do is they may, oh yeah, I'm available Tuesday, and then either the day before or the day of that date, they will back out and they'll say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm busy. I've got something else to do. But if they like you and they cancel, they will offer you an alternative. They'll say, oh, I'm sorry, I can't make tonight, or I can't make tomorrow, but I am free on Thursday or Saturday or Sunday or whatever, right? They'll try to offer an alternative time or place or date, right? Because perhaps with the place, they might have an issue with it. Perhaps you said, okay, let's meet at Joe's Burger Bar, but they perhaps know someone that works there who they don't get on with, and they're like, oh, can we go somewhere else? Can we do this? They'll try to rearrange the plans a little bit if they don't like, sometimes they may do that, which is fine, because if they don't like that place for a certain reason, then that's fine. But the point is that if they like you, they will offer you an alternative. They'll say, okay, I'm free actually on Friday. I'm not free on Tuesday now. Or they will say, okay, I'm not available at 5 o'clock, but I am available at 7, something like that. But if they don't like you, they'll just say, oh, I'm sorry, I can't make tonight, and they won't offer any alternative, okay? Another thing that they may do is, of course, they may say, oh, I'm not available anymore, and they just won't offer any alternatives. You know, they won't do anything else. That will just be it. Okay. Another thing that they may do is they may say something a bit confusing, like, oh, I'm not really dating anyone right now. I'm not really interested in dating, or I'm not really looking for anyone right now. That's another way of them saying no, but it's just a bit more subtle. Okay. I remember once when a guy asked me out when I was at university, and he said, you know, oh, will you go out with me or whatever? And I was like, oh, no, I don't date anyone who's in my class. I don't like to do that. But in reality, I was just saying no, but in a nicer way. I didn't want to flat out say no to his face because I didn't want to make him feel bad. So I just said, oh, I'm not really looking to date anyone in my class. Right? That's a line I've personally used. Right? It's something like that where I say to them, oh, I'm not ready. I'm not going to, I'm not interested. In dating anyone right now. A line like that. But that was just a kind of way of saying no. Okay, so they may say something like that as well. Okay. So that's the way that they may say no. So my answer to, should you tell her that you like her? You don't need to tell her that you like her, just ask her out. Okay, and ask her out in the way that I suggested in this video. And that should give you all the information that you need to know. Okay? So thank you so much for watching. If there's anything that you would like me to discuss in a future video, then please leave it down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and if you'd like to get in touch with me personally, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.